Welcome to the Nugget Life. That's my attempt at scratching. Um, Good morning, beautiful people. It is a Wednesday, and I am excited about something I just learned about literally maybe an hour ago that made me think very deeply, and I'm very excited to share it with all of you, especially my female viewers, because it's very intriguing. And so I guess I should warn you that I'm going to be saying vagina. I'm going to be saying maybe terms that you're not comfortable with. Just that's my disclaimer there. And I used to be, um, I used to be embarrassed about that word. Okay, so let me back up. I'm sorry. I'm just getting ahead of myself. Let me just tell you about where I'm at right now. This is the little corner of our small little apartment. Is my favorite corner, actually. My favorite place. And because this is where I nurse Zenug, this is where I'm able to focus and align myself with the day, even if it is in the evening when I'm trying to nurse her to sleep. But I love it when it's dark. I love it. I just love having her in my arms, knowing that I'm nourishing her. And it's something of a elevating feeling because of all the oxytocin that flows in my body. And I just feel really good at the time I'm nursing her. And even if it's the fifth time I'm nursing her that night and I'm super tired, I just know that those moments are fleeting and I have to enjoy them as much as possible while I can. So with that being said, and in addition to it being the place where I nurse her, it reminds me of the place I used to nurse Little Nugget. Even though it's not the same apartment, this is the same chair that I used to nurse Little Nugget, and it's just special to me. I was trying to get rid of it at one point, and I'm happy I didn't because I wasn't appreciating what it was and what it stood for. Okay, so I got that out of the way. Just wanted to share because I'm feeling very deep right now. I'm feeling very thoughtful and mindful and conscious, and I want to share it with you guys. So on Instagram, my friend Danielle, my amazing friend Danielle, I love her, tagged me on someone's post where they were talking about Yoni eggs. And it blew my mind. And yes, I'm on my laptop because I want to specifically quote certain things so that I make sure that I'm explaining them correctly. So she tagged me on, this post that this one, I don't know her username, I'm sorry, but she posted something about Yoni eggs. And I was very intrigued. For those of you that don't know what Yoni is, it's Yoni. I'm on dictionary.com reading the definition. Yoni is a noun, and it means the external female genitals regarded as a symbol of Shakti. Now, I didn't know what Shakti was, so I looked up Shakti, Shakti, and that is a noun as well, and that's in terms of Hinduism. It's the female principle or organ of generative power. And another definition is the wife of a deity, especially of Shiva, compared to divine mother. So these are pretty powerful words, and if I lose you because you are religious, and this is a little abstract for you, I understand. And I want to hopefully briefly and hopefully stay on track with what I'm going to say about in regards to that. I was born and raised Catholic. I still identify myself as a Catholic, but this is beyond religion because I am beyond religion, and I don't mean that in any way, shape, or form as a negative. The form that or the person that I am growing into and nurturing and really identifying with, the morals I hold, it's all centered. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm feeling more aligned with the universe, the whole universe. It's spirituality. It's beyond any religion, because I feel like religion is more, and this is personal opinion. Please agree to disagree if you don't agree with me, but it's pure opinion. So hear me out if you want. So yes, it's beyond religion, and I feel like religion is just a title, because ultimately, if it's if a person is under a religion or identifies or practices a certain religion, it's because they're in search of the higher being. They believe in a higher being. And I think that higher being is the same for everyone. It just makes sense, whether you're Catholic, whether you're Hindu, whether you're Mormon. I don't know. I don't know all the religions out there. I know there's so many. But you are in search of the good. I mean, that's in my opinion. If you are practicing and you are preaching something, it's because you're standing for it. And I know that, or standing behind it and really believe it. And I know that that doesn't apply to everybody, because there are hypocrites out there. But if you are in search of a higher being, whether his or her name is God, Mother Gaia, Mother Nature, the divine, Allah, there's so many, Lord Jesus Christ, there are the Messiah. I just keep throwing stuff out there. There's so many names for, I feel, the same being. Because if you believe this being is omnipotent, all-knowing, powerful, I mean, it's one being, whatever it is. If it's a cloud of air, if it's a beating heart somewhere in the center of all the universes, I don't know. It's too abstract to really be able to put into words for me. But that's how I feel, and that's where I'm coming from. I'm learning how to embrace myself as a human being in this earth that is a part of a universe, that is a part of something bigger. And I want to be aligned, and I want to be able to speak to the universe, speak to that being. And I think that I'm finding it by exploring myself, exploring my sexuality, learning about myself, learning about my sexuality. The first time I saw a breast was when I was breastfeeding. Little Nugget. I mean, I never really stopped and looked in the mirror and was like, oh, what is that? Or I've never really explored my vagina. I found my cervix not too long ago. Crazy, it blew my mind. I was dancing. I text the person, I messaged her on Instagram, Emily from the Fifth Vital Sign. I took the Fifth Vital Signs class, they came out to LA for a class to teach about female health, the female reproductive system, everything about female, and they focus on birth control and just learning yourself, because that's so. Anyways, if you don't know about the Fifth Vital Sign, look them up. Seriously, Kelsey and Emily are fantastic. They're changing the world in using their talents and their passions. But okay, so yeah, that class started my curiosity about myself, and in starting to explore myself, and I don't take that as in a creepy way. Don't make it creepy. It's not creepy in any way. I'm not trying to make it creepy. It's just, it is what it is. I don't think that many women and men are given the information to go home with and really put it into practice. Why wait to know about your body until you go to the doctor? Doctors are there to help you kind of answer questions, but they don't know who you are. Why not start learning about yourself by learning about yourself, informing yourself, asking questions? Don't be afraid to ask questions, especially to authority, especially to doctors, especially people who are more educated than us. Because why wouldn't you want that same knowledge? If they have the knowledge, ask them for it so you know it as well, so you can go out into the world and make better decisions. So anyways, where was I going with this post other than the Yoni love or Yoni eggs? Sorry. So yes, I found, and I briefly have looked into them, but they're pretty much crystals. The website I'm on is gracefulempowerment.com. And again, I'm not endorsing it because I briefly looking it up, this is the first website I click on regarding these Yoni eggs. But let me just read you a little bit. Welcome to Graceful Empowerment. Creating our body as a woman is a lifetime endeavor that requires our continuous intention and effort. Orgasmic power is the experience of fulfillment no matter what we are doing. Not only sex. No, that was my piece. Not only sex is, I'm not quoting them. Quoting them again, it is having confidence in our female magnetism and knowing that this divine power is in alignment with our greatest purpose. Therefore, having no fears, only love to offer. I want that. And I just recently started learning about crystals. I've always known about them, but only known them as rocks. Because I've been into Native American stores and I've read pieces of paper that came with the crystal. I've bought a few of them, not knowing how I can really apply them to my life to bring more positivity and more energy, positive energy. And now that I think I wasn't comfortable with it before because I felt like I had to be within these rigid walls of Catholicism. But now I'm learning how to incorporate my religion with my spirituality and really shedding what isn't helping me and taking on what really is making me a better person in general, because I don't think I have to follow every single teaching of my religion. That may sound bad, but at the same time, what I care for is to be able to give love to not only myself, but everyone around me. Not only my family, but everything around me. Because I want to walk in Jesus's path. I want to, and that's my religion speaking. But stepping away from that, I'm really excited to be learning more about crystals and incorporating that energy that they bring into my life to tie in everything, because I want to be a good person, and I know I am, but I don't want to stay stale. I want to continue growing, and I want to show my family, my kids, how. I want to be their role model. I want to give them the resources. I want to do the research. I want to be knowledgeable. I want to be remembered after I pass. Not because of how badass of a dancer I am. I'm just kidding. But because I brought good to this world in the way that I could. And I made an effort to help people grow, help people outside of my family, because naturally I'm going to want to help my family grow because I love them and I'd do anything for them. But it goes past our families. It's strangers, loving them, showing them love. You don't have to love them, meaning you wouldn't take a bullet for them necessarily, but show them love. Really. And I posted something about this last night on my Instagram. And I'd like to read it actually, because it's what I'm trying to relate right now. All right. So, good things come from showing love to a stranger. Showing them love. This can be as simple as smiling at them, saying good morning, or holding the door open for them. On today's hike, this was yesterday's hike, my path crossed with that of an elderly hiker. This woman, unfortunately I didn't get her name, had these pins on her backpack. Let me show you the pins. I don't know if you'll be able to see them because it's... So the top one there had these pins on her backpack, and the topmost one caught my eye. it says, "I'm taking care of me." What I was doing at that moment was right in front of my eyes, in text, pinned to a backpack on a woman who was totally me in a few decades. This human being was so positive she radiated light with every word she said. I couldn't help but smile when she spoke. She even asked me if I was looking for a grandma. It was such a trippy feeling meeting this person who I envisioned being like in the future. I'm taking care of me, and it feels good. And I wrote, I challenge you to show at least one stranger some love. Who knows? It could potentially bring you happiness, love, knowledge, positivity. And really the list of things that it could bring when you show people love are endless. It's so cliche but so true what they say, that giving is so much better than receiving. Is that what they say? I don't know. Anyways, and I think that's true because you receive so much more. And when you give without expectation, which is the best type of giving, because when you have expectations, you're opening yourself up to so much disappointment. There's so much room for error, so much disappointment. Just try not to have expectations. Of course, goals are good to have. Expectations are good to have. They're not bad. But when you're giving, especially if it's coming from your heart, and if it's genuinely coming from your heart, don't have expectations. And when you don't, man, those surprises are amazing. The things you receive in return are so good. They're so life enhancing. They enrich you in ways that you didn't even know possible, or in ways that you really need to be enriched. So I'm already 17 minutes in, and I know I keep my videos short, but this was a really important topic for me today, especially after learning about Yoni eggs and really starting to learn about crystals. I'm starting to feel so much more aligned with the universe, and I want to continue that. I want to continue the momentum. I want to ride that momentum as far as possible, and share it with you guys in the process. So I'll let you guys know if I buy these Yoni eggs. And such a trippy concept. I would have been really creeped out before being on this journey that I'm on. And it all happens for a reason. Again, so cliche, but it's so true. The world events, this is what I heard yesterday. I'm not quoting it because I don't remember word for word, but events. And that includes challenges, obstacles, successes. All of the events in our life are working to bring us to where we're supposed to be. And it makes sense because when I look back on the challenges, especially, just like, wow, if that wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't be here. And let me give you an example really quick, just so you don't think I'm like talking out of my booty. I had a really bad car accident. I was in a really bad car accident in 2008, if I'm correct. I fell asleep behind the wheel, and my car was on cruise control. I was on the freeway, and I rolled a few times, and thank God I walked out of that hospital that day with staples somewhere here. I have a bald spot, and just scratches and scrapes and stuff. But it was so bad that the person at the collision center where my car was taken thought that person was dead, and he saw me walking and talking and perfectly fine. It was definitely an angel watching over me that night. But so that car accident happened. I moved back home. I was at Santa Barbara, UC Santa Barbara at that time, and I moved back home after the accident and dropped out of college pretty much. And in moving back home, there was so much drama, of course, because there's more to that story, to that accident than I'm expressing and sharing right now. But if it wasn't for that accident, I wouldn't have moved back home at the time I did, obviously, because I still had 2 more years of college, and I wouldn't have moved out with my better half. We wouldn't have grown in ways that we did. living on our own. We now have 2 beautiful children. We've been together for 2007. 9 years. It's just so much good came out of that really bad moment, really bad situation. So it's all perspective, guys. If you want it to be positive, you're going to make it positive, but it starts with you. I can tell you, you need to put it into practice. So I'm going to leave it at that since I'm 20 minutes in. I'm sorry, I really do care about time because I don't want to waste your guys' time, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate that you're watching me. So with that, I just want to close with a deep breath. So if this is your only deep breath that you take today, at least I know that I was able to help you with that. So close your eyes and breathe in through your mouth. Let me start over. Open your eyes. Close your eyes. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Open your eyes. Thank you, guys. And when you breathe out, I just wanted to mention, the reason I make noise is because I make sure that my shoulders release all their tension. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. Sending you guys love. Bye.